hello. Welcome to Gospel Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking and, of course, sharing our content every now and then. We truly appreciate you guys. We love you. And we say, please continue to do all you do to actually support the brand. We do not take any of those things for granted. Also, Lala right here does not take any of those things for granted as well. We say thank you so much. And of course, Lala is right here again to talk about one very major topic that I really love so much, and I believe that he will love it as well. Lala, what do you think about coming to America?
Coming to America, it was.
Have you watched the movie?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It was nostalgic. That kind of those movies were movies we watched as kids.
Okay.
Like millennials, but not Gen Z. Not Gen Z.
He's
Gen Z will not know.
I'm Gen Z.
You believe Gen Z? Anyways, before I start on the movie, Shay is owing people 5,000 at a time. His birthday. He didn't do giveaway. Hold him responsible.
Why do you keep doing this? Oh my days.
So you guys will comment anyway. At the end of the show, we'll tell you.
Okay. 1-0. No, Ahala, 1-0.
So, to coming to America, like I said, it was nostalgic. The original was one of my faves as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the original, and then it was nice seeing like majority of the cast were there, still alive after many years, and they were doing their thing with some new faces. Mm-hmm. But all in all, it wasn't a bad sequel. But sometimes people say, oh, in fact, they were even subbing themselves on the so why would you want to bring back a good movie? Why do you want to do a part 2? So during the conversations between Eddie Murphy's son and that girl is a husband snatcher. She's a husband snatcher. That girl, Mirembe, she's a husband snatcher. So they were subbing themselves. They shouldn't have done a part 2. That's what people think. But then I think it was just fun to watch. It wasn't if you don't take it too serious, like for face value. It was just something fun to watch. If you enjoyed the original, you'd definitely laugh and smile at the new one.
Okay, anyway, I've not watched the movie yet. Very soon, I know I'm going to do that very soon.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of people have been raving about how Tiwa Savage's song was used, one of the soundtracks, Techno as well, Davido,
and Burna as well,
Burna Boy as well with John Legend, and of course Davido's Assurance. But apart from the songs, one major highlight for a lot of Nigerians, and of course, according to LD, Davido actually appearing on Coming to America. It was a major moment. A lot of Nigerians went raving about it, going gaga about it, and all of that. And LD actually talked about the fact that for him, it is the single biggest moment in Afrobeat history. Lala, Davido appearing on Coming to America as a cast. Is it really the biggest single moment, the biggest ever in Afrobeat history?
Well, I won't go as far as saying that. I think LD was caught in the moment. LD is close to being 40, and he also, grew up watching the original. So this would hold dearly to him, seeing that a Nigerian is performing a song on a movie he also did in the sequel of the movie. So yeah, I don't think it's the single most important thing that has happened to Afrobeat to come out of Nigeria. I think that's just stretching it. That's just
happening.
It's part. Well, there's some elements. It's something that is progressive. No, I'm not saying it's elements. It's something that is progressive for Afrobeat. That's a fact. But it's not the single most important thing that has.
So there's been bigger moments.
Well, I would say fine. I would say it's not the first time. Well, the impact is different in terms of him coming on having the bands and performing at it. We know that's dope. But then if you go far as back as Two-Face songs being used on an American
Fat Girls,
Hollywood movie, Fat Girls, and the fact that African Queen was the official soundtrack, right? And that was dope. That was dope back then. So that was even important back then, and that put Two-Face on a lot of things back then. Kenny's Music and Two-Face have been flying to the bank over that deal. And since then, there has been several other, Nigerian songs that have appeared on Hollywood. Wizkid has had songs appear in a series, Ballers. Even on the movie, the Sweet Love Song has appeared there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's several other Nigerian artists. In fact, there's several other African artists who have had their song being used as IP in Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
So I won't want to go as far as saying, oh, it's the single most important, maybe because he appeared on stage. But then that did his bit. But then, will people really take note? Like say, oh, I mean, from the first videos I saw of him performing, the girl was cussing the video. I was like, who's this guy? Was cussing. That's the reaction from my. Well, it's probably a FC person that is in the US. She was trying to cuss the video up. But then it was impactful, yes, without a doubt. But is it the greatest and say, oh, the most iconic moment for Afrobeat? That's taking it far fetched. I believe a lot of things have happened over the past that have all contributed to this very moment. A lot of things that happened. It wasn't a journey of Davido alone. Even the fact that there's a Burna Boy song. Burna Boy song was right at the end of it. The song that was being played Burna Boy was on it. Before then, Tiwa Savage Koroba doing one of the parties was being played, although not as loud as Davido had the longest airtime, which is dope, which is good. Kudos to him. But I think LD was like you said, it was capping.
Okay, so talking about capping and not capping. Now, Davido himself, as an artist, is it the biggest moment of his career?
Well, is it the biggest moment of his career? I think partly because these guys, don't forget him, Wiz, Burna, the kind of shows they did in the UK that they killed, like the kind of crowd I think that's the single selling out the O2 Arena for me is the biggest they've ever done. Wizkid done it, Burna done it, Davido done it. Wizkid went on to do Royal Albert Hall, 5,000 or more capacity, killed it. So I mean, it's something dope. But personally, I think his show 2 years ago in London, that was dope. That was iconic. That's like his biggest moment for him because he did that show. You know the way Davido does his shows, like there's no sort of support. Like he does everything by himself with his team. He sells out tickets by himself. There's no partnership or anything like that. He does it. He sponsors his own show. So that for me was iconic for him because he killed that show. Wizkid had done the same. Burna also had done the same, not only in UK and in several European countries. Burna does shows and you see Zanku Circles and things like that. Yeah. Even though I have my beef with him using the Zanku the way he's using it, we're not going to go into that anyway.
So why are Nigerians actually very over the moon on this Davido and Coming to America?
Well, it's good. I don't think there's anybody born in the 80s or 90s that didn't watch Coming to America. That film on cassette was dope. People loved it. Then it was, it's for people who are millennials, that's the in thing for them when they were young. So when you bring something like that back, and you now have a Nigerian performing on stage there, and several Nigerians, so they have every right to be happy about it. I saw a girl making a video that one Nigerian going to the cinema and let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. You might be young and not understand what they're feeling, seeing this happen, but let people enjoy what they want to enjoy.
Okay, finally, before we go, Wizkid and Burna are two major artists in the US, and they're doing really well. Davido as well is doing fantastically well in the US market. Now, with Coming to America appearance for Davido, does this taking a step ahead of Wizkid and Burna Boy?
Well, I'm going to give the same answer I gave when you asked me similar to Burna Boy.
Okay.
Appearing on an ad with Messi and Pogba and things like that. Yeah. Like I said, it's them taking different, and you have to give them kudos. You have to give Burna Boy kudos. His song with Becky G, official worldwide advert song for Pepsi, and even now there's a campaign with him and Pogba. Pogba is saying, "Oh, Burna, can you do this and do that," challenging him to something, and they did a duet together. That's massive. That's big. It doesn't necessarily put them a step further against the other person, but they are doing something different, something not worthy of notes, something unique per person. Now, David's one is he's appeared in Coming to America. We know he has been mentioning it since. Now he has appeared. It's dope. You have to give him kudos. You can't take it away from him because he worked hard for it. Burna Boy being on Pepsi had doing duets with Pogba and his song with Becky G doing mad numbers. You have to give him kudos for that. It doesn't necessarily put them step ahead of each other. They are both doing, I mean, all of them, three of them, they are doing things in a unique way, and you just have to give them credit. That's all.
Okay. Well, guys, let's have your thoughts on that particular one, Burna Boy. On Pepsi Advert, of course, we talked about that one before. Of course, Davido on Coming to America movie. Is this the biggest single moment ever for Afrobeats?
Put my cap.
Let's have your thoughts on that particular one.
Okay, I don't come with cap.
You want to say you're capping?
I want to cap.
Yeah.
I don't come with cap.
You know the real cap now. Anyways, let's have your thoughts on that particular one. Davido Coming to America, the movie. Is this the biggest ever single moment in Afrobeat history? According to all this for him, he said that is it. Of course, let's have your thoughts. Which, if you disagree with it, then which, of course, is your biggest ever? Of course, for Davido, for Burna, for Whiskey, for Tiwa, who are really, really doing well. Of course, you know that we're not forgetting that particular one of it as well. Mama Africa. This guy's really doing well.
Choma, Chichi, Choma fan base. You guys need to go and hold Davido.
Okay.
Because that's Assurance song. It's for Choma.
Yeah, okay.
So all the money that they need to split that money into two. They need to split that money into two.
And he mentioned Choma Malo, even on stage.
On stage, my name, without my consent, you are paying half of it.
Paid half of it. Anyways, hope these guys will be getting royalty for all of it.
You think say that Nigeria? Of course they're getting. They're not
Heavy box.
No, how many times did they show them on stage? I mean, for using their song, there's several songs they've used on it. By the time you cover that money, whatever money it is to Nigeria is the big money.
Alright guys, let's have your thoughts on that one. Of course, please keep staying safe, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, keep telling your friends about all the things that we do right there at Gospel TV. Let's see you on the next one. So please, like I said in one of our videos, always stay out of trouble and enjoy